Hey there, this is Hunter with Chapter 15 and Group 9. I'm going to be talking about analyzing telemetry to better anticipate problems and achieve goals. Alright, to start us off here, we have 4 different topics. We're going to be talking about how to detect problems in on our service. We're going to be talking about how to overcome the undesired outcomes, some more problems that can arise using telemetry, and then discuss some anomaly detection techniques. Alright, so the first slide here is means and standard deviation to detect potential problems. Alright, so you have a bunch of data covering whatever the company would be talking about or is important to them, and then you need a way to make sure things are running smoothly. They can create what's like a current normal, and so they would use the average or the mean and a standard deviation, which is like I guess the lower the standard deviation is, the more close the data is together, and the wider the deviation is, the more sporadic and all over the place the data is. So you want to try and get a lower deviation, but whatever it is at that point, you can create what's called a normal, and then go from there, saying, okay, now if there's anything that's kind of outside the normal and what we're expecting, we can alert us and we can look into the situation and see if there's anything actually going on, or it's just like an outlier where it actually did spike for whatever reason. So if we use these things, we can better understand how our service is running and then help model it in the future. So an instrument and alert on undesired outcomes. Alright, so there's a few different ways we want to be indicated on what's happening. And so just an example, let's say you host a website and you're really focused on load times. You want the page to load really quick, really fast, and you can monitor that, like, okay, this page loads in like 0.2 seconds on average, and all of a sudden it starts loading in like 1 second or 1.5 seconds, and this is extremely slow. Like that's like more than 500% slower than what customers are used to. And it's not, not maybe too much, but it's definitely not desired, and you want to fix it. Why is it taking so much longer to load my web page? That'd be at the application level. So that's just an example of how we have indicators all over the place. Depending on network, database, or the operating system and application level. We can use telemetry in all of these to help us monitor data and improve our services in all situations and all levels. So there are some problems that can arise when our telemetry has non-Gaussian distribution. So this is where telemetry data sets for operations will not generate the desired results. So an example will be like over alerting. So you have it set up to alert you if things go wrong, but maybe things aren't really wrong and they're just slightly off course, and it's alerting, and so here you are trying to sleep at 3 a.m. in the morning, and you're getting alerts that, oh, something's not right, nobody's using your services, oh, probably because it's 3 o'clock in the morning, and so forth. So this is where a significant drop of completed transaction can occur due to a software component failure as well. And so then on the other hand, let's say it's the middle of the night where no customers using the services, but something goes really wrong where it would block people from using the services anyways. It might not detect it because it's still within the normal deviation and normal means, and so there's a chance that the customers can figure out the problems before you do, and that wouldn't be too good. Alright, and next we have anomaly detection techniques. So we have anomaly detection is often defined as a search for items or events which do not conform to an expected pattern. This is a technique that can help us find variance ever earlier before it causes an even larger variance that could affect our customers. And so the book talks about this idea called smoothing, where it kind of timestamps situations, or maybe it will say, okay, the sale was transacted at 4:50 p.m. and so forth, and you can also use that data to kind of help understand what's going on at what time. And by using that, you can use better predictive measures to, I guess, think of like your expected. Let's say you're in a call center, you can figure out the call volume. So at 5:30 p.m. you might need more employees working because you're expecting more calls coming, because based off history and using this anomaly detection. So in conclusion, we use the mean and standard deviation to analyze production metrics. We want to stay in the average, and we want to not deviate too much. And when these are outliers and something goes wrong, we need to be alerted. We need to have a procedure to enable faster and earlier detection, so we can use what Netflix used and kind of expect what times people are using their services, and maybe tune the servers to carry a higher load at certain times and lower load at other times. We discussed problems that arise in our telemetry and how we can quickly fix them, and we talked about anomaly detection and incident prediction to solve problems. Alright, so hopefully it made a little bit of sense. A little bit difficult topic, but overall it's just monitoring how your services are doing, and when they're out of the normal, we need detection. And you can also use this data to predict the future and kind of tune services you may have, if it's more servers running, or if it's making sure there's more employers working at a time to serve influx of customers. Thank you.